inside of it. Doesn't really do anything. You're going to click on it and you can right click and rename, or you can click on the name inside the inspector to rename it to obstacles. You're then going to select all of the obstacles in your scene and you can drag them into the obstacles empty game object. That way they all nest underneath, they're all stored underneath the obstacles game object. So that way it makes our hierarchy a little bit cleaner, easier to manage. Becomes very important if you ever have hundreds of different things in your scene. Organization makes it very easy to see and find what you're looking for. And then in our player controller script, we're definitely going to change all of our public variables to private because we don't need them to be public anymore. And we can add in some comments so that we know what we did. So we made some private variables for ourselves. We made a note about this is where we're getting our player input. We move the vehicle forward. We turn the vehicle. Now it's your turn.
Alright, let's clean things up. Here we go. Alright, let's put this down on the second monitor so I can read the instructions. And let's do this cleanup. Oopsie, poodle. Okay, so, alright, so for the obstacles, there we go. Let's right click, create empty game object. So we're going to change this into obstacles. Alright, then now it's created. Drag everything over here, and boop. Now everything is clean. Let's head over to code, turn everything, all these things into private. Private. And private. Alright. All done. Alright, so private. And we'll add the note. We will have it be exactly like he put it. So these are our private variables. Okay, starts called for a frame update, which is empty. Update is called once per frame. And here we put our note. Oops, wrong button. This is where we get player input. And blah blah blah. Okay. Now let's move the vehicle. Okay, move the vehicle forward. And then turn the vehicle. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like these notes better. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna add these notes. I like these notes better. Alright, so how it moves the vehicle on vertical input and turn rotates the vehicle based on horizontal input. All right, and done. Okay, and we save, and we save. All right. Remember what he was saying? Okay. Yeah, that remained public. All right. Good notes. All right. And here. All right. I think that's it. Let's give ourselves credit. And let me get my points. Give me my points. After recap, of course. After we must respect the recap. Here we go.
We finished off all of the functionality of our game now, so our player has full control over this vehicle. When we press the up arrow key, the vehicle drives forward. If we press the right arrow key, we turn right. If we press the left arrow key, we turn left. We can even press the down arrow key to go in reverse. So now we have a lot of amazing control. We learned a little bit about empty game objects so that we can use it to keep our projects organized, like in our environment game object, storing all of our different environment assets, or our obstacle game object, keeping track of all of our different obstacles in our scene. We also learned all about using the input manager to get input from our player. In this case, when they press the up or down arrow key or the left or right arrow key using our forward input and horizontal input. And then we learned about a new method that we could use. In this case, our transform.rotate method, so that we can actually rotate the vehicle against a certain axis instead of just translating the vehicle, which looked really weird. Overall, we've come a long way down this road, starting from absolutely nothing to creating our very first Unity project. We even reorganized our window. We added some color so we can see when we're playing our game. We created our very first game objects and assets and added them to the scene. We learned all about scripting. We even made 2 scripts and wrote our first lines of code to be able to program this vehicle and drive down the road. So, with that, you should feel super proud of yourselves for making it all the way to the end of the road. And we'll see you in the next project.
Okay. Really quick. What is this? Okay. Going to change. Change them to equal. Alright. Alright, I'm happy with that. Alright. Good. What errors now? What is wrong? Everything's right. is wrong. Okay, give me a second while I try to figure out what I did wrong. Ooh, okay. Give me 1 second. Alright. Private float, speed. Yeah, 200. Oof. That is how you are able to see things. Okay. Private float speed. 50. Alright. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. 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 Alright, so let's save. Does it work now? What? Type a namespace definition at the end of. What line? There's no issues fucking found. I don't understand. Alright. This is exactly the same. Private float speed. Yes. Private float turn speed. Mm-hmm. Private float. Horizontal input. Private float. Start. Wait update. Oh, this was unnecessary according to the. This is where we get player input. Horizontal input. Input get access. Horizontal. Forward input, get access vertical, move the vehicle forward and vertical input. Transform, translate, vector 3, dot forward.